So the new year has come, and everyone is beginning to look to the future. Well, here at Lithium Productions, we're still looking to the past, specifically our end-of-year film, That Time of Year, and the role the main villain Alberoth played in the rest of 2019's films. In 2019's finale film, That Time of Year, Brandon and Aki were attacked by a time demon named Alberoth. Now you may be wondering, what's the point of this video? Am I just here to recap the events of the finale? No. I am here to tell you about all the instances where Alberoth was in our video, since some of them you may not have noticed. The first video Alberoth ever appeared in was Chad Charleston's introduction, where Chad introduced us to his twin brother Tad. Here is the moment Alberoth appeared in. Let's see if you can see him.
Of course. I couldn't do it with the aim.
Yes, that's right. Anyway, so, I just wanted to,
If you managed to see Alberoth, well done. However, if you didn't, you may notice him appear in the picture frame beside Chad. He walks into frame for a second, looks at the two of them, and then disappears. The next video Alberoth appeared in was Time for Help, the video where Adrian the Time Traveller came to ask for Brandon's help. Here is Alberoth's moment. Looking at this moment here, you can see Alberoth watching from the background and then disappearing once Adrian and Brandon teleport away. In A Timeless Crew, Alberoth has a much larger and obvious role than the previous two films. The film is about Aki going around to the old house and finding out that Brandon has created the time-travelling chair. Then the film follows the two of them as they muck around with time travel. At the end of this film, Alberoth was released from the time prison by multiple versions of Brandon that come to get his aid with some filmmaking. But the three different versions of Brandon bring three time-travelling chairs to the same moment, which creates a time vortex and sucks them into the time prison, releasing Alberoth in this moment here.
I knew you would be the one to release me from prison. And now that I'm back, it's time for the darkness to return.
The film, a true masterpiece, subtitled Jeff, introduces the character of Jeff through a song that Brandon has created for him. At the end of the film, there is a moment where Alberoth returns to the old house and finds out that Brandon and Aki are no longer there. Then he vows to find them and leaves. Tad Charleston on Tinder is a film about Tad going on Tinder and being perplexed by the people he meets on there. Here is a moment where you'll be able to see Alberoth's impact on the film. People said this was fun, I don't quite know. If you watch the moment very closely, you'll be able to see Aki's details change into Jeff's details, showcasing that Alberoth has removed Aki and replaced him with Jeff. Sleeping Rituals is a film about Brandon trying to get to sleep, but failing miserably due to a bunch of distractions. In this film, Alberoth can be seen for a short moment in the metal panel below the door, as Brandon goes to check the door. So, is the door actually locked? Yeah, it was. Okay, better lock it again. So, where the hell did that sound come from then? In the film Act Your Age, Alberoth got the largest role he'd had previously in the year. We see him appear twice in the film to turn Brandon into an elderly man, hoping that it might stop Brandon from putting him in prison in the future. In this film, we also learn about Alberoth's reason for going after Lithium Productions. Alberoth is seen once more in the film Charleston News, when Tad is talking about Chad Stewart. He appears in the background for a short moment before the scene moves back to the news story.
By all accounts, yes. Is that right?
Charleston News was the last film before the end of year's finale, so that's going to bring us to the end of this behind the scenes video. Let us know if you noticed any of these sightings on your first watchings of the film, and we will see you again in our next one. Goodbye.